Think carefully before spending on the upcoming Venom F5 limited time event. And here's why. So as all we know here, the Venom F5 is easily on the top 5 best cars in Asphalt Legends. It can almost take any corner while barely losing any speed, being one of the floatiest cars overall. But instead of it being black and white, with a simple yes or no, I'm gonna add a third option, which is just unlocking the car and keeping it at 1 star. Why? Because it is an MP2 beast. So without further ado, let's dive into it. So I've seen lots of you guys commenting that you would go all in into the Venom F5 packs, but here's what I think about it. First thing is that it is kind of weird having two S-Class Kings on the same season, both the Venom F5 and the Jesco Absolute special event. So for Gamelove to add a special event with an OP car, or a really good burst up speed event, it's likely to happen soon. The devs know you guys will be drained out of tokens from this event, so they may add something better later on. But that's just a prediction. We actually never know. Okay, so now we're going back to the Venom F5. What makes this car special, it is its stupidly overpowered floaties. It can punch drift for a really long time, and even though it has very high top speed and low acceleration, the floaties alone make it good even on twisty tracks. For example, on Paris, the F5 just glides through all the corners while keeping most of its speed. On other twisty tracks, you can again just spam punch drift every corner and glide your way to the end. Once you hit a ramp and reach top speed, the floaties make it really easy to keep that speed. The punch drifts are so good that the 360 floated drifts are only viable in a very few narrow corners, but they're still great. Its only downsides are the low acceleration for its class, being at only 80 at max, and the low nitro capacity. It is not an easy car to drive if you're starting out, but you need to know how to float, and if you crash once, it is really hard to catch up and go fast again. But if you're good at the game, you'll be finishing every race in no time. Now, should you go all in on this car or not? Or is it even useful on the current meta? So if you want to max it out at 6 stars and you currently have 0 blueprints for it, it will take you around 48k tokens, based on the 10% drop rate from the 900 token single packs. But keep in mind, if you're gonna max it, it is only useful for Legend League, so if you don't reach it on every season, you'll be kind of wasting one of the best cars on the game. Also for Gauntlet, it's kind of useless. The bad acceleration makes this cat bad here, since only high accel cars really shine. And the only top speed track where the F5 could be good, which is Freefall, it gets destroyed by a 1-star Devil 16, which is faster than the F5. Now onto the interesting part, the 1-star F5. But why, you may ask? Because it's cheaper. Well, no shit, Sherlock, but more importantly, it's an MP2 beast. Since this game mode's matchmaking is based on the car's rank alone, it means that when you play with a 1-star F5, you'll be matched against worse cars. This is one of the few cars that performs well even at stock. Most of the other rank 4000 cars suck, and the F5 is pretty underranked for what it can do. It floats just as good as when it is maxed out, just with slower acceleration and slightly worse nitro, but that doesn't really matter. The floaties make up for it, and the best part, it is the price. Just to unlock it, it costs around 14k tokens, which is a really good bang for the buck. As for the current meta, the 1-star F5 is more useful. Instead of it being only good in Legend League when it is maxed out, now it is great on MP2 and Gauntlet Divisions 3 and 4, and it only costs a fraction of what maxing it out would cost. There are only a few cars better than the F5 in the game, but none of them are better than the 1-star F5 at around rank 4000. Now onto my final thoughts. Even if you won't use it much, you can go for the car and max it out. It's a really fun car to drive, and having fun is the most important thing on this game. Me personally, I won't go for it. I believe something better to spend tokens on will come out soon, and my 1-star Venom F5 that I got on the Spotlight last year already does really good on MP2. Gameloft already confirmed it's dropping out tomorrow, so be ready for it. If these straight to the point Asphalt videos helped you, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the next event. Thanks for watching and I'll see you later.